This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High Power, Yahweh. Verse 14, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Verse 15, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 13 through 15, is the event that just happened over the weekend, where you're having reports that the Saudi oil supply was attacked by a drone, and now the reports are coming out that it more likely is Iran or the Houthis that Iran is backing, which is beautiful because it just goes to show you that the angels are stirring these nations up to get into the final war, which is World War III. And lo and behold, here comes Donald Trump's big mouth saying we're locked and loaded. All right. And what's so significant about this is that oil prices are now soaring because Saudi Arabia, and before I get into this article, let's get into this article, world's top exports, crude oil exports by country. This article came out September 15, 2019. Saudi Arabia is the number one country that exports the most, following Russia, Iraq, and Canada in terms of crude oil. So this is going to affect the global markets. And this is why war is going to happen because of it. Because people need oil, all right, to refine it and then put into their gas, all right, make a whole bunch of plastic. I mean, oil is a big business, man. Everything's made literally by oil. So let's get into this article because, hey, man, this is proof that, World War III is going to happen. And a lot of you, mainly when it says third part of men, it's you Edomites. You're going to perish in these last days because you're going to go fight in Donald Trump's war, man. All right. Donald Trump's itching to go to war with Iran. And they're looking for a whole bunch of excuses to get into war. Trump says U.S. locked and loaded after Saudi Arabia attacked as oil prices soared. This came out today from The Guardian. Says Donald Trump has said that the U.S. was locked and loaded and to ready to respond to drone attacks on a petroleum processing facility in Saudi Arabia, saying the U.S. knew who was behind them. The U.S. president tweeted on Sunday night that he had reason to believe that we know the culprit behind the series of attacks on the Abqa facility, which is the world's largest petroleum processing plant. That's a big plant that the guys attacked, all right? The attacks distributed more than half of the kingdom's oil output and will affect global supplies. All right. How much is America taking in from Saudi Arabia? Ever heard of the petrodollar? Trump tweeted, "We are locked and loaded depending on verification, but are waiting to hear from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as to who they believe was the cause of this attack and under what terms we would proceed." It is the first time the president has hinted at a potential American military response to the attack. Oil prices soared in the wake of the attack to reach 6-month highs on Monday, with gains of as such as 20%. Brent crude oil, the international benchmark, gained almost $12 a barrel, reaching up to $71.95 a barrel before dropping back to $68 a barrel. Meanwhile, Trump announced that he had authorized the release of oil from the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve if needed, and had instructed agencies to expedite approvals of oil pipeline projects so as to meet global supply of oil, tweeting plenty of oil. And this will take time, all right? And this petroleum reserve has only been extracted, I believe, 3 times. You can look into that. I believe one time in 2011. Then there was a one during 1971 when the oil prices were going up. And then there was one more where they had to pump oil out, all right, from these reserves. Now, hey, even if America does pump out, it's still going to mess up the global markets because this takes time, all right? That takes time. And you also got the environmentalists. They're going to be screaming bloody murder because where are these reserves at? They're located in the Gulf of Mexico, all right? In the ocean. You can look into that. So we'll see where that goes. The U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo claimed over the weekend that Iran was responsible for the attack after Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi rebel group claimed responsibility for the attack. However, Pompeo said there was no evidence that the drones was launched in Yemen and accused Iran of an unprecedented attack on the world's energy supply. Hey, and if it was Iran, that's good, man. All right, get these other heathens to start getting into this war. All right, and it could be Iran because Iran needs the oil prices to go up so they can make a profit. All right, because that's what makes their country go is the export of oil. So they need the price to rise. In fact, let me read a little bit more of this. I'm going to go to another article. The United States will work with our partners and allies to ensure that energy markets remain well supplied and Iran is held accountable for its aggression, said Pompeo. All right. Of course, Iran denies it. Is there anything more on this? And that's pretty much it. All right. So I found this article. Okay. Now, last quarter, according to Oil Talk, the U.S. overtook OPEC Saudi Arabia as world's top oil exporter. Market heading for significant surplus. This was from the IEA, right? So this article came out in September 12th, okay, prior to those bombings on the that petroleum refinery facility in Saudi Arabia. So, this is kind of interesting because when you read this article, I'm just going to get to the point. All right, here's obviously Saudi Arabia is exporting the most. Then Russia comes. All right, then comes Iraq. Then Canada. Then the U.S. and the U.S. has been creeping up. All right, last year and this year. So watch this. This is the point I want to get to. According to Reuters, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq are calling on fellow OPEC members to adhere to agreements to cut oil production to support prices as market supply grows. Some are caving into temptation, increasing production to generate revenues for struggling economies. All right? So you're having Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq urging all the oil companies around the globe, all right, to decrease oil supply. Yet Donald Trump says this. U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly needled OPEC over the price of oil, urging its member countries to increase production. Trump argues that oil prices are too high. So now here comes the thing. Was it a false flag? Did Saudi Arabia attack their own oil supply? All right. So that it cuts oil production? Hey, you never know, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's why war is coming, man. Because, hey, war brings nothing but chaos and confusion. Hey, Revelation 11 and 14. So I thought, that was something to point out. Okay? And, this is the reason why war is coming. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right, we're coming to the third woe, World War III. It's literally at your door. What we got to wait is for a couple of prophecies to be pushed out. All right, Jacob's trouble, the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, and boom, we're here. All right, we're getting close, man. We're at the end. All right, we are the final generation. Book of Joel. I'm just going to the scriptures. I'm running it through. I don't want to make this too long. 3, chapter 9. All right. Salakia for the computer being slow. Bear me one moment. Okay, well, that's good. Why is it not letting me? Okay, there we go. And that's Satan. All right, Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Right. And this is the time that we're coming to where all these heathen nations like America, Russia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, China, okay, NATO, which consists of the EU, all right, and Canada, all right, the beasts, they're all coming together to fight, all right? And they're going to fight in this third world war. 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong, right? And you're seeing that, all right? Many nations now have nuclear weapons, all right? Nuclear armaments. And this is why, the weak are saying they're strong. Okay, and that's why the angels are over there in Euphrates stirring it up, making sure this war, okay, pops off. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right, who are your mighty ones? Your military. All right, this event that happened right now is going to cause even more naval ships to go to the Strait of Hormuz to protect the oil supply. All right, because hey, man, oil is needed. It's needed in the military mainly. I used to be 13 years ago, I was in the military. I was in Satan's army. And I would tell you, from my experience and seeing, oil is needed, all right, to run these tanks, run these warplanes, run these war helicopters, these naval ships, all right, so on and so forth. So, the military is going to be moving all throughout the Strait of Hormuz, all throughout the Middle East, man, to protect, all right, their interests. We're going to, hey, this is what World War III is all about, man. 12, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, right? And this is of the Lord, setting all you heathens up, all right, for the big ha-ha, because he's the one, all right, pushing you all, using his angels to push you all into the final war. Jehoshaphat. When you look this word up, it means Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment, man. Yahweh's judgment. 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. And what's that talking about? All right, all the abominations you do on the earth. Look at here in America. You push homosexuality, transgenderism. You allow pedophilias to walk around freely, all right? Hello, Jeffrey Epstein did not work alone. He was brushing shoulders with the elites, the powerful, and you average American peons just go along to get along. And you're going to go vote for the same elites that are into all these satanic rituals. Bohemian Grove motherfuckers. And you're all going to vote for, and you're all going to go out and vote because you're wicked too. That's why America's going to get into a third world war. And the rest of you nations, because you uphold the wickedness of this system. So you got to go down. All right. And you don't exhort and honor the children of Israel. All right. And you don't acknowledge who the God of the Bible is. So that's why you're going to get judged. 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. That's right. This is of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is his movie. And you're all going to be judged. Okay? I got one more. And I'm close out. Mark 13, verse 1. And as he went out of the temple, one of the disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. Verse 2. Now this is the disciples talking to Yahushai, who the world English calls Jesus. And 2. And Yahushai answering and said unto him, Seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Right. We're in the time of the revealing. All right. Everything's being revealed. 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives over against the temple, Peter and James and John and Andrew asked him privately, 4. Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign when all these things shall be fulfilled? Right. All right. The last days, man. All right. When everything is being revealed, the times that we're living in. Okay. Wars, World War III. Okay. The RFID chip being pushed out. All right. You're seeing all the laws being passed to go against their people for the time of when all hell breaks loose. Mainly laws being passed to go against the children of Israel. All right, Jacob's trouble. So yeah, we're here, man. These things are being fulfilled. 5. And Yahushua answering them began to say, take heed lest any man deceive you. Right, because if they're not coming out of the scriptures, all right, and coming out as the prophets of great millstone, using the scriptures, showing you this is what the Bible says, all right, then you're being deceived. Verse 6, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Right, we've seen that, all right? You look at all these churches that are resurrected all throughout the earth. They're deceived, these people, man. These people have no idea what's about to happen. Verse 6, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. 7, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. Right. So war has to happen. It's going to happen. It must needs be. All right. 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right. You're going to see Saudi Arabia. All right. Against Iran against them imposters in our homeland, the Israelis, so-called. All right, you're going to see America against Russia. All right, you're going to see all these nations attack each other, and then eventually they're going to look at America and say, you're the problem, launch missiles at her, while they're all scrambling to fight the Lord. All right, it's going to be, war brings confusion, man, to those that don't understand what's going on. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. In diverse places. Right, you're seeing that. All you gotta do is Google, just put in earthquakes, and it gave you a day-to-day update of all earthquakes that happened within the past 24 to 72 hours. And there shall be famines and troubles. Right, hunger. Oh, those people in Yemen, they're hungry, man. All right. And if they did attack Saudi Arabia, well, that's what Saudi Arabia gets for attacking their homeland. All right. And, people are getting angry in Yemen. All right. They're seeing their children starve. So, hey, if they want to attack Saudi Arabia, that's the reason why. All right. And troubles. All right. Oh, yeah, famine too, by the way, in Venezuela. Don't forget about that. All right. There's women selling their body for food and water, and that's coming to America too. These are the beginnings of sorrows, and that's the point, man. Beginnings of sorrows, and that's the time we're living in. The beginnings of sorrows. So, hey, it's a real short lesson. Didn't want to make it too long, but hey, you're seeing a lot of events happening that's going to ultimately lead to the final war, World War III. And was it a false flag? All right, to keep oil prices higher than where they're at now, okay? Or was it the Iranians hitting back at Saudi Arabia for what's going on in Yemen, all right? Either way, who cares? Everyone's being drawn into this final war, all right? So get ready. With that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, great millstone, Ruel, taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there, pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life to do so for Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith. As you can see, we're almost out of here. And with that, Shalom and Abba Ball. Shalom.